My base my guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to do a very easy eyeshadow look. You can do it to go to work, you can do it on a date, you can do it anytime you would like, but just stick around. Jumping straight into it, my brows are already done. I'm gonna go ahead and prep my eyelids with some concealer using the Glossier Stretch Balm Concealer in Medium Tan 5. But this is what it looks like on my eye. What I like a lot about this concealer is that it's very tacky, so it's great for my eyeshadow to stick on. Using a fluffy brush like so. This one is from Morphe and it is E27. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a really dark brown and pack that on the outer corners of my lid to create a base for my cut crease. If you're looking for a good, cheap, affordable brush, I would definitely recommend this dual-sided brush from Glossier. I believe it's $28, but don't quote me on that. What I like about this is that it has a packing brush on this end and a diffusing brush on this end, so it's like a great mixture of both. Now I'm going to take a really light brown, almost beige, and kind of diffuse this brown out. I'm going to get a little closer just so you can see where I'm diffusing it. And of course, you want to repeat the process on both sides. I didn't even show you guys my nails. Do you guys like them? I know it's very spring and not February yet, but I really like it. Y'all, my TV just turned on its own.
Oh, honey. Girl.
That is crazy. I'm gonna take that same brush I had earlier without adding any more product. I'm just gonna repack some of the brown in there, just to help deepen that out, just because I feel like I lost some of it when I was diffusing that lighter shade of brown. Wow. Honestly, you could just leave it at that. But I'm going to show you guys how I do my cut crease. For my cut crease, I'm using this brush. It's from Bare Minerals and it's their Max Coverage Concealer. You're probably going to see me using this in almost every video that I have. Again, I'm taking the Glossier Pot Concealer. What I like a lot about this is that because it's super thick, I don't need a lot of,
what the hell, boy?
It's easier to get precise because I can just stamp and go. And I find that when I stamp and go, I can get more precision with my cut crease. And you see how that easy that was? I did it all in camera without freaking cutting it. I'm going to attempt to do it again on this side. I feel like it's harder for me to do it on this side because I don't have the same angles. Now that I have the shape that I want, I'm just going to blend the two of them together just so it creates a nice seamless blend. At this stage, you can add any color you would like. You can add shimmer, you can add matte. Personally, for me, I'm going to go with matte. I'm going to go with beige. I'm going to literally stamp in maybe like 2 steps over what my shade of concealer is. Just look at that. Stunning. You can also do white. White is cunt. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And then we're going to blend those 2 colors together so you cannot tell me where one starts and where the other ends. Again, I'm not adding any product to the brush. I'm just using it to help diffuse the 2 colors together. If you want it to be darker, obviously stamp in more color. But this is where I'm going to leave mine at. I just want to very quickly just sharpen up the edge of my eyeshadow. And I'm just using the same brush that I used my cut crease, just to clean it up and to lift my face up. Using my concealer brush, I'm just going to diffuse that concealer out. Because again, I don't want it to hold too crazy. And yeah, I probably will set it later when I'm doing my base, because I feel if I set it right now and then I do my base and I set it again, it's gonna be cakey. I was gonna say, if you like to wear eyeliner, definitely do your eyeliner before you clean it up. That way, if you do mess up, you can clean it up with your concealer. To get started on my base, I'm gonna start by prepping my skin. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It's really sticky, which is really good because then my makeup won't be sliding all day. And again, you want to bring that to your neck just in case you do use product on your neck. It does also have a base. I bring it down just because I like to treat my face and my neck as the same people, and it also creates this illusion of like start to finish, but it's really up to you. My lips feel super chapped, so I'm going to use this Too Faced Kissing Jelly Gloss. It's in Sour Watermelon. Again, I like this a lot because it gives you the sheen without being sticky. Clock it. I'm using very much so an overused pot, and this is from Danessa Marix, but it's a really good primer as well. And what I like about this is that it's a blurring primer, so I like to use it as a foundation as well, and just to help hide any imperfections I have. That way my foundation isn't working overtime, you know what I'm saying? I really like this on me. My shade is shade 9, and look at this. You gotta tell me that is not my skin. I don't know why it's reading a little orange on screen, because it's not looking like that in person. Hello? What the helly? I'm gonna have to show you guys a photo at the end just so you can see the comparison. I also adjusted my brightness on my camera, so I wonder if that's affecting the way I'm looking right now. I'm going to let that sit, and as it sits, I'm going to do my concealer. This one is, again, the House Lab the House Lab Tri-Tech Concealer. If you watch my other video, my full updated makeup video, you will see that I use this. For foundation, I'm going in my Fenty Beauty Ease Drop. I feel like this combo makes sense because both of these products are blurring, so hopefully it will do the job and blur my face. Guys, I thought that I dropped some on me. Oh my gosh, I cannot drop some on me. I'm literally wearing tan. That would be disastrous. Makeup and tan. But if that ever happens, use Dawn soap to pre-wash it and then throw it in the washer, and I promise you, it's almost like nothing ever happened. Switch it up today and do my blush before I do my contour. I'm using the e.l.f. blush. It's a camo liquid blush, and this is in shade Very Well. This is what it looks like on me. I will say these are very pigmented, so definitely use them to your discretion. I have blush blindness, so I will be applying as much as I need. But this is how it looks like. Do you see how beautiful that is? It's very flesh tone, which I really like. It's almost like somebody pinched my cheeks and let it go. Wow. For contour, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Tranquil Contour. I'm deciding to stick with liquid. I'm going to do liquid on liquid because it's probably going to be easier. I mean, I do have cream as well, so I could technically do cream. If I do use cream, I use the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Now that is also really good. I use it in shade Deep Foncé, and I promise you, if I didn't have just a little bit, and I'm not trying to conserve it, because right now I'm trying to conserve it for like days where I'm just like, okay, I'm going out and I need, you know, to look prim and proper, then that's when I whip it out. Also, I have so much more of this product than I do of the Charlotte Tilbury, so I'd rather just balance it out. And this year I told myself I am going to get to the bottom of my product before I buy anything or replenish. So this is me attempting to do that. But the Rare Beauty contour, you see how beautiful that is? It gives me a nice warmth without it feeling or looking like I heavily contoured my face. This Morphe spray, 10 out of 10. I love to use it to revive my makeup. I feel like when I use this to revive my makeup just sits on my skin so well. And I have fine lines where I smile and I feel like I get less fine lines where I use the Morphe setting spray. Ideally, I should be using it after every step, but y'all, I cannot afford to buy a new one, so I'm gonna try to save as much as I possibly can by using it when I need it. I really love this brush. Let me tell you guys where it is. This is from Real Technique in 421. This is what it looks like. What I like about it is that I can really get in there, like really close to my waterline, and blend it just the way I need it. And by letting my concealer sit, for a while, I can maximize the coverage of my concealer without wasting any product, because that way my brush does not pick it up, it just helps move it. Do you see that? Stunning. To set my face, I'm using the one-sided powder. This time I'm using it in Sweet Honey, just because I want my what's it called, concealer just to be a little brighter. I noticed that when I use the pink, the ultra pink, it doesn't sit bright like I want it to. So sometimes if my concealer is already, you know, not bright, I will use this one instead of the ultra pink to help set. But you see how flawless that is? Like, can you see where it's set versus where it's not set? You see the reflection on that face? Yeah, exactly. Let me get in there for sure. 100%. I'm just gonna softly contour my nose. I fuck when I don't contour my nose. My face feels very, very flat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just lightly fluff it out. I'm gonna top the liquid blush with this NARS powder. It's a bronzer and powder together. And when I tell you guys the flush of red this gives you, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Let me just show you that. Do you see how gorgina that is? I'm gonna like give you guys a better angle. You see that? Dull. Stunning. I'm obsessed. This is the final look. What do we think? I did not do any highlighter today. I'm trying to get a little bit more grown. I think when I use highlighter, people think I'm younger than what I actually am. So let's see how this goes. I do have an interview, so I gotta go. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.